Welcome back to At the Desk. To finish off today's episode, we present a new segment, At the Desk International.
Hello everybody, my name is Yeyya Wane and I'm super excited to introduce you guys to a very new segment called At the Desk International. Today I'm going to be taking you guys to West Africa and we're going to take a peek into the political situation over there. It's a turbulent ride, so I hope you pay attention. Welcome to At the Desk International. I'm Yeyya Wane, here to give you the rundown on what's going on in the rest of the world. And today we're going to be taking a look at West African politics. On January 28th, in an unprecedented move, the West African nations of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger left their regional economic bloc, ECOWAS. But hold on, what is ECOWAS? Why is it such a big deal? To answer those questions, let's go back a few decades. Founded May 28, 1975, the Economic Community of West African States is a regional organization meant to facilitate trade, manage diplomatic relations between West African nations, and protect the rights of the citizens of its member states. Think European Union or NAFTA. Headquartered in Lagos, Nigeria, this economic bloc has 15 member nations: Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Guinea, and Togo, just to name a few. So what's the deal with Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso? Well, let's start with the fact that all three of these countries are currently led by military leaders. For 3 consecutive summers, West Africa has witnessed major coups d'etats: Mali in 2021, Burkina in 2022, and Niger in 2023. While we could have 3 separate episodes on the intricacies and implications of each coup, I want to highlight one important similarity between the 3 nations: their history as former French colonies. There have always been arguments about whether West Africa has truly been decolonized, and please, note the implied difference between independent and decolonized. But recent years have seen a growing anti-French sentiment among West African youth. These feelings have allowed the current junta leaders of Niger, Burkina, and Mali to enjoy a certain level of popularity with the public, despite the fact that they don't seem to have any plans to return to civilian rule in the coming months. And they certainly haven't shied away from acting on their grievances with the former colonial power. In October last year, Mali, under President Assimi Goïta, announced that it would be dropping French as its official language, replacing it with 13 indigenous languages. General Abdurrahman Chiani of Niger has threatened to halt the export of uranium and gold to France. And in Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is leading talks between his nation and Russia over mining rights, signaling a potential end to their relationship with France. Obviously, there's some serious beef with France, but ECOWAS got caught in the crossfire when, shortly after the coup in Niger, they announced the possibility of sending troops to reinstate deposed President Mohamed Bazoum, and heavy sanctions were imposed. Mali and Burkina Faso voiced their support for Niger soon after, and that leads us to January 28th. Our junta leaders issued a joint statement of their withdrawal from ECOWAS, becoming the first countries to ever do so. Their reasons for leaving? According to them, the organization is operating, quote, under the influences of foreign powers and straying away from the Pan-Africanist ideals of its founding fathers. The nations have declared their leave as being effective immediately, but the ECOWAS treaty states that member nations need to give 1 year's notice before their withdrawal. This decision will have real economic impacts, with the flow of goods and services being potentially restricted. The people of these 3 nations have depended on the facilitation of trade that ECOWAS provides to meet their needs, especially when it comes to importing goods. ECOWAS is also expected to lose $74 million annually from this event. The extent to which this fallout will affect the concerned publics is yet to be seen. Aside from economic impacts, the withdrawal of these 3 countries from ECOWAS will impact transnational relations and political stability in the region, with some fearing that other countries will soon follow suit. Withdrawal of these countries would also make it impossible for ECOWAS to investigate potential human rights abuses, which are often associated with coups d'etats, as the organization would no longer have the jurisdiction to do so. Critics of these new regimes see them as nothing but power-grabbing schemes from military men with little regard for democracy. Celebrants see the new governments as the first step to African liberation, which is true, I can't comment on. The future of West Africa remains to be seen, but we can be certain that the next few months, maybe even years, will reshape Africa's political landscape. That's all the time we have for today. We'll go around the world again, here at the desk. I hope you enjoyed going around the world with me, and I hope to see you guys very soon.